Yeah. Mr. Speaker, Bamidele Salam, at the north and the south, where already Bufera constituency of State. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, I want to thank you for this very great opportunity and the allowance you have given for a very robust debate on this matter. Because after the two leaders, the majority and the minority leader, spoke, it captured the essence of what I would have loved to say. But I just feel that having this opportunity, I should also give one or two insights. The first one, the insight given by the minority leader. Mr. Chairman, Nigeria is a member of the West African Public Account Committees. Nigeria is also a member of the African Organization of Public Account Committees, AFOPAC. The WAPAC has its headquarters in Ghana, AFOPAC in Kenya. Most of these countries, so many years ago, looked up to Nigeria for guidance on so many issues of governance. Unfortunately, Mr. Chairman, today, whenever we appear in this international fora, we do not have the privilege or the benefit of rising with our shoulders high. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, we are talking about 2019 report. I don't know whether we have paid attention to that. 2019-2020 report. We have not even come to 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. As we speak, Nairobi, Kenya is in 2023 report. Most of the countries in West Africa are considering 2024 report as we speak. We are still talking about 2029, 2020 report. And Mr. Chairman, we have to look at the implication of non-consideration of report of the Public Account Committee, even on the morale of those who did the fundamental work, starting with the Office of the Auditor General for the Federation. The Auditor General for the Federation's office is an office that is responsible only to the Parliament. That office is not responsible to the executive, not responsible to the judiciary, only to the Parliament. And we have men and women there who work day and night, going to over 1,000 agencies to carry out audit exercise that goes to no effect. And then it comes to the Public Account Committee, your own committee. And like somebody has said, at a sitting, an average sitting of the Public Account Committee, we can have up to 40, 45 members in attendance. That is the trust you have given unto us, that we will do the right thing to everyone that has come, interrogate the document and look at all the issues and be very fair and balanced in the report we're going to give. And I believe that, like it's been said, the committee is an extension of the House, because the House cannot go into the nitty-gritty of a lot of issues. That is why the Constitution allows the House to create committees, and especially a committee created by the Nigerian Constitution. Mr. Chairman, I want to plead passionately that we please consider this report, because a further postponement of the consideration will send out a wrong signals that there are responsibilities entrusted on us by the Constitution of Nigeria, which we are, one way or the other, trying to shy away from. That is my plea, Mr. Chairman. I thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, I want to, excuse me, please turn off your mic. First of all, I want to thank you for the good job you are doing. The truth must be told that you are one of our best. You are not a member of our party. I belong to another. You belong to another party. So it's not about, speaking in support. It's about you doing the job well. To be honest, you've raised the bar. A lot of professionalism, your documentation process. We follow up. We monitor what you do. And it's above standard, to be honest. It's above standard. And the speed with which you have done this job is also commendable. And the effort and the time you have put in there, it's a lot of job done. I will put a question. Those in support that this document be considered today, say aye. Aye. Those against, say nay. Nay. The ayes have it. Most distinguished colleagues, before we vote on the bills, let me give you key highlights of the report. That written and oral submissions of 60 MDAs out of 74 MDAs were considered. 2 Benin Republic-based firms are owing electricity bill to our country to the tune of 25 billion naira. 29 MDAs are to return 10.4 billion naira to the government coffers. 7 government vehicles were taken away. 4 heads of MDAs upon their exit from office and are yet to be returned. Absolute disregard for approval threshold on non-personnel advances. Abandoned project observed in Nigeria Embassy in Sao Tome and Principe after spending 245 million in 2011. The project is at foundation level up till now. Absolute disregard for government circular on public finance management. These are some of the few highlights about this report. And there are recommendations for the 2019 that ended in 31st December 2019. There are 10 recommendations. And this you may find, as he rightly pointed us to page 63 of the report. And he broke it under several ministries, different ministries. So you have Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Correctional Services, Nigerian Export Processing Zone, Kwali Area Council, Nigerian Customs Service, Rural Electrification Agency, Veterinary Council, Nigerian Communication Satellite Limited, Nigerian Security Printing. And so the question is that recommendation 1 to 10 of this report be made part of this particular report. What did he say?
Yes.
You know, we have 2019 and we have 2020. Yeah. So we are coming to that. So the question is that recommendation 1 on 2019. Recommendation 1, yeah?
That's page 7.
No, on 2019.
19.
I'm working with page 63. 2019.
2019, sir.
On general recommendation.
Yes, sir. That's
Page,
this
page
report.
63. Page 63. That is what is before me. Okay, is it where you have the foreign ministry?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can go.
Okay, that's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The first query is denial of access to bank account records of the embassy. And then from the recommendation, the committee cleared the query, warning that should this be repeated, the head of the mission will be sanctioned. That's the recommendation. But I want to suggest that...
Which page is it? That's not what I have here. Which document did you give to me? The document I have here is 63. Which 23? Can you go to general recommendation? That's what we are using. General recommendation. Yes.
Page 7 that is referring to are also recommendations that are done, because there are summary of audit query, you have summary of committee's funding, and then you have committee's recommendation. And
No,
that's why
we will not-
it's also good to take them, sir.
No, if we approach it that way, I think it's better to go to general recommendation. Chairman of committee, what should we work with? General recommendation?
General recommendation, sir.
Yes,
General
because it's
recommendation,
63, yeah,
sir.
because it's a summary.
Sorry, sir. Mr.
General
Chairman, sir.
recommendation is a summary of all
Yes,
the...
sir. It's a summary of all. But I am in this page, and I want to beg for. Let me explain, sir. You see, there's refusal number 2 here. The refusal of the retirement after 35 years. Here, what they have done is that it is the president that approved. But when there is a circular and there's procedure, and then we find flaw, we should be able to make a recommendation because it may not be captured there. That's why we need to consider this one, sir.
I don't understand. Maybe,
Yes,
Chairman, can you explain?
Hi.
What my leader is talking about. But I'm saying that the recommendations contained from page 63 of the 2029 report are a summary of the recommendations presented for consideration of the House. Because if we go into each and every one of those issues, it will be like starting over the trial de novo. The consideration of the audit report all over again, and that will mess up the fact that you had a committee that you are saddled with that responsibility. That's what it will mean. But the general recommendations have taken into consideration the issues raised by the Auditor General and proposed specific recommendations for the consideration of the House. So those are the recommendations from page 63 of the 2019 report. Those are the ones that we are submitting for plenary consideration, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Wase.
Mr. Chairman, remind my brother that their work is constitutional and that it's not absolute. That is why when they finish, when the authority report lays its report, it's for the parliament consideration. They have been delegated this one by the House to do their work. As they do their work, they are supposed to return to the parliament, and parliament is supposed to consider their work. That is the procedure, sir.
But what we are considering is on their recommendation, not in the body of their work. When it comes to reports, we don't look at the body of the work. If we do, it is just to help us know how they arrive at the decision, which they arrive at the recommendation level, is to guide. The body of the report is to provide a guide, while the recommendation is the analysis, it is summary, the compilation of the work they have done so far. It's just like in law. Before you give judgment, there are facts, there are evidence, there are statutory provisions, there are case law. The judge whose work is to combine all of them and arrive at a principle of law that governs those facts in issue and law and apply the law to them and arrive at a judgment. So you don't just go looking at each and every element of those pieces of evidence, again, at the point of judgment, looking at every piece of legislation during the part of judgment. You look at the reasons behind the judgment and look at how they came about that. I think that is what we should be focusing on. Yes, let me hear you.
Mr. Chairman, for obliging me. First, let me say that in the 8th Assembly, what we considered was clause-by-clause recommendation, and we considered almost 950 clauses.
Clause-by-clause recommendation,
yes,
not the general recommendation.
No, sir. And besides that, you know that I won't say that this is a conviction, but it's quasi-conviction because the Public Accounts Committee is seen as a quasi-court. And if you have indicted somebody and you made recommendation on that indictment, that recommendation becomes a recommendation of Parliament. It is necessary that we agree that Mr. A is indicted. And then what you have in page 63 is a summary of the entire report. Even in the column here that the committee gave to us, that's committee's recommendation. Who are they recommending to? It's the entire House. It is for us now to say, yes, we agree. And what I wanted to do was just to make a correction on the recommendation.
Let me ask you a question. What is the strength of the general recommendation?
The strength of the general
when
recommendation.
You have those little recommendations from the pages, and then you have a summarized recommendation. You must, maybe you did it
now
in 8th Assembly. Excuse me. Maybe in 8th Assembly you acted in that approach. But if you have, there's no procedure written where? Which law?
No, sir.
Which rule?
Now,
but which rule says that you have to go outside the recommendation?
Mr. Chairman, let me give you an example again.
Yes.
Now, the general recommendation says Minister of Foreign Affairs should recover and refund the following amount of money to the Treasury, 124.217 Now, if you come to the specific, there are some that are cleared. Those ones that are cleared are not part of this sum. And so,
Does it have to be?
Yes, sir. No, it doesn't have to be. But what I'm saying is that the parliament should agree with the committee that those persons are cleared. And you also know that committees do not take this kind of decision on behalf of parliament. And that's why the report comes to us. So if they say A was queried for XYZ Naira, and we have looked at the facts, and we say A is clear of that allegation, we should affirm to that, to say we agree with our committee, A is cleared. And then they say B is indicted, C is indicted, D is indicted. The total sum of the indictment is 50 million. It is the summary of that 50 million that you are asking us to now adopt, forgetting about the other recommendations that they have made. But I think it won't take us much. We need to take it clause by clause and agree with them. The issues that I have looked at are just mere clerical issues, like, I'll give you an example. This recommendation which says this is cleared of the query, warning that it should not be repeated. The head of the mission will be sanctioned. I just said delete that aspect, cleared of the query. We don't expect that it should be repeated again, as to begin to add that warning. So I will pray, even with the chairman has done a lot of work. The committee has gone through this stress, but let the parliament...
Minority Leader, please let me hear from Abedi.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, Chair. James Frederick is my name. I represent Sabama Keremo Federal Constituency. It's I'm from Bayelsa State. Chairman, sir, this is a report before us. This is not a bill. And in considering report, you go to the recommendations of that report, because the entire House, other than the committee, will not sit over the issue. And so for every committee that sits on a mandate of this House is intended to bring a report. And the report will have recommendations. And the House considers the recommendations. If there are corrections to be made, yes, members can identify those corrections and propose them. And so here, we are not going back to any issue that was cleared at the committee level has been cleared. It is not before this House to whether to clear or to clear. It is not before this House. It's only the final recommendations of the committee that this House is supposed to deal with. And so all these semantics that we are bringing in is merely to delay this process that we all know. Mr. Speaker, let me also say that if we are considering a bill, here we dealt with an issue. Which were the issues retained? If you say retained and you are saying repealed, which are the items that were repealed? So if you put them side by side with the issues that are retained, we will know that these were the ones repealed, and you take them off. Here we are talking about reports, and this is not the first report we have considered in this House. Over the lives of several sessions of these assemblies, we have considered report, and we go to the recommendations of the committee. No other person in this House can make recommendations other than the committee, Mr. Chairman. So please, kindly help us save our day so that we can go and do other things. Thank you.
Yeah. Chairman, my honorable colleagues. Mr. Chairman, I think there is need to consider the experienced legislators in our mix. They have spoken, they debated over this issue, and like what my colleague was saying, this is not a pure report. It's a report that we are allowed to be considered, and it has a national issue on it. My advice, Mr. Chairman, was due respect to the chairman and his committee members. They have done a thorough job. They have tried their best. I think this report should be kept aside to allow the leadership of the House to go through it and take it back. Excuse me, I have the floor.
You are protected.
We cannot be debating on one issue.
You are protected.
We cannot be debating on one issue. excuse me. Minority leader, former deputy speaker, our leader, and most of them, they are against this action that we are trying to take. Well, yeah,
Who is against? Leader is against?
I see what I'm saying.
You
Mr.
against
Chairman,
the consideration?
Mr. Chairman,
Are you against the consideration?
experience matters. Yes.
No, I'm saying, are you against the consideration of, because we voted, are you against the consideration?
No, not against the consideration,
Okay.
but the method, the style.
Isiaka, are you against the consideration?
So if nobody is against it, we should go ahead.
I'm not sure anyone has.
No, excuse me, Mr. Siaka. No, excuse me, Mr. Chairman, I think I still have the floor. No, excuse me, KB. We are trying to save time. Now it's after 3. We keep on nagging on one issue. That's what I'm saying. If we are to consider, we should go ahead and do it and close the chapter. Otherwise, then we keep it aside. It's left for the leadership.
Maki, let me guide you a bit. Let me guide you.